Chapter 6, Capacitors, Inductors, and Initial Conditions. Capacitors and inductors are called energy storage elements. Since they store their energy in their appropriate fields. In other words, in a capacitor, it's stored in the electric field. In an inductor, it's stored in a magnetic field. So this energy can be retrieved at a later time. All storage elements are passive, since they have no EMF. These storage elements are not linear, like resistors, since their current voltage relation obeys a first order differential equation. So for capacitors, we have that the current of the capacitor is the derivative of the capacitor voltage. For inductors, we see that the voltage of the inductor is the derivative of the inductor current. Because these elements are non-linear, one cannot ever use mesh or node as a problem solving technique. We are now in the world of differential equations. Now let's move on to capacitors. Capacitors consist of two closely separated conductors. With a dielectric, remember a dielectric is also an insulator, a dielectric sandwiched in between. So if you look at the characteristics of a capacitor, we have a plate, and they're going to be closely separated. So here's our conducting plates right here. And then in between, we have our dielectric. So we have plate separation, D. So that means the distance between the two plates is this distance D. Right here, we have the surface area. And then, of course, right in here, we have the dielectric. In a capacitor, charges need to be moved and stored across the plates. An E field is created by these stored charges. But the energy of the capacitor is stored in its electric field. Capacitance is a measure of the ability of a capacitor or a device to store energy in its E field. There are two ways to view capacitance. One, mutual capacitance or simply capacitance is a measure by the charge response to a potential difference. Capacitance is the proportionality constant between these two quantities. This is written as capacitance C is equal to charge divided by the voltage. The other way you can view this is the characteristics of a capacitor, its capacitance is a function of material and geometry. So in this case, capacitance is material, its material property times its geometric property, which then gives you the material is, of course, the dielectric, and then the surface area divided by the plate separation. There are three, there's really four, but for right now, we're only going to focus on three. There are three capacitor behaviors that one should know. One is, how does current flow in a capacitor circuit? Two, capacitors act like shorts, a short circuit, or shorts when completely uncharged and in open or an open circuit when fully charged. And then finally, three, what current, voltage relation do capacitors follow? In essence, we're asking the question, What is the Ohm's law for capacitors?